The bell over the diner door jingled as I stepped inside. The place reeked of burnt coffee, fried grease, and laughter that had long since lost its joy. Then I saw her, my little sister, balancing a tray of plates, her arms trembling under the weight. The makeup she wore couldn't quite cover the faint bruises along her jaw. She froze when her eyes met mine. The tray slipped, plates shattered across the floor, and then she was in my arms, sobbing against my chest. Her whole body shook as she clung to me. "You're out," she whispered between tears. Finally. I held her tighter than I had held anything in the last decade. 10 long years wasted behind bars for a crime I never committed. But her next words cut deeper than prison walls ever had. "Your wife took everything." And when I asked about the house her boyfriend hit me. Our parents' house. I went still. She hadn't just stolen my inheritance. She had stolen my sister's safety, her peace, her childhood. I pressed a kiss to my sister's forehead, set her trembling frame gently down, and forced a smile I didn't feel. "I'll take care of it," I told her. And in that moment, I knew exactly what needed to be done. Prison teaches you patience. It teaches you silence. The very next day, I sat across from my wife. She poured herself wine, silk clinging to her body, her eyes glassy and detached. Her boyfriend lounged beside her, leaning too close, wearing a smirk that dared me to react. 10 years changes a man," she said casually, swirling the glass in her hand. "We never thought you'd come back." Her words slithered into me like venom. They laughed together, fingers brushing under the table, as if I were nothing more than a ghost haunting the life that used to be mine. I watched her smile, the same smile that once belonged to me, now cheapened by him. I watched his hand graze her thigh, as though my presence didn't matter. But I stayed quiet. I ate. I nodded. I asked about the house, the business, the money. Her replies came clipped and vague, half-truths tangled in lies. My sister's voice echoed in my head with every glance, bruised, exhausted, struck. The betrayal pressed deeper with every breath. I became a shadow in their world. I tracked bank accounts, property deeds, phone records. She thought a decade in prison had broken me. She forgot that prison sharpens men. I memorized their routines, their weekends at the lake house, their dinners out. I discovered forged signatures, my own, on transfer papers. The house was now in their names. The money, siphoned into joint accounts. I dug deeper. Old messages. His threats. Her pleas. And then the truth came clear. She had framed me. 10 years ago, she had handed over evidence that sealed my conviction. She hadn't just moved on. She had built her freedom out of my captivity. And while she celebrated, my sister suffered. Night after night in my cheap motel room, I stared at the ceiling, rage simmering just under the surface. But I didn't rush. Prison had taught me discipline. By the time I finished, the folder was thick: bank statements, forged deeds, text messages. One stood out above the rest. Her words to him. "He'll never know. He'll rot in there forever." She was wrong. One evening, I walked into their house uninvited. They were on the couch, laughing, until they saw me. Silence fell heavy. I laid the folder on the table without a word. She reached for it first. Page by page, her face drained of color. His smirk slipped. His grip on her arm tightened. Her voice broke. Where did you get this?" I leaned forward, calm. "You left me with nothing but time. And time reveals everything." She cracked first, tears, denials, begging. He stared coldly, already stepping back from her in his mind. I stayed still, quiet, like a warden watching over their new cell. Then I slid 2 envelopes across the table. One addressed to the police. The other to the press. "You built your life on lies," I said. "Now watch it collapse." Her hand trembled as she reached toward me. "Please, we can fix this." I stood. My smile was thin. "You can't fix 10 years." He snarled, but I saw the fear in his eyes. He knew it was over. The house. The money. Her loyalty. None of it was his anymore. I turned toward the door. Behind me, she broke down into raw sobs, and he cursed, pacing like a trapped animal. I didn't look back. Their prison sentence had just begun. Outside, my sister was waiting in the car. Her eyes searched mine, desperate. "It's over," I told her. "They'll tear each other apart. She nodded, tears slipping silently down her cheeks. But inside I felt nothing. I wasn't her savior. I wasn't anyone's. I was just a man hollowed out, carrying scars no one could see. The house, the money, the years, they were gone. But the balance had shifted. The truth belonged to me again. As we drove into the night, I stared at the horizon. 10 years had taught me how to survive cages. Now, I had taught them how it feels to live inside one. I didn't need to stay and watch the sentence play out. Their punishment was already written.